Hey, what's up everyone, Vortex here and welcome back to Vortex Raid Shadow Legends. Guys, in today's video I want to talk about something really interesting about Hydra. Recently, Odd1 Gaming, he made a video where he was showcasing some strategies on how to deal more damage with just one champion. So to focus all the damage on a champion rather than focusing on 2 or 3 champions that can do damage in Hydra. Obviously in his video he was talking about Theox, and how to pair him with a bunch of lizards, how to have like, I think it was Feral that he was using to buff the Theox even more. Now I don't have Theox, I don't have that kind of team that he was showcasing. However, after watching his video, I thought, what if we can take the same strategies and apply them for a, let's say, more regular team for us mid-game players, you know, or mid-game towards end-game players, right? So before we move to the video, guys, I want to make this quick announcement. Every Saturday from now on, I will do a live stream, and anyone who needs help with their Hydra teams, just reach out to me. You can find my Discord in the description, I think, of the video. Send me, I don't know, a picture of your champions. Maybe tell me what are your goals, what do you want to do in terms of damage. And I will try my best every Saturday to put you in the list. Everything is free of charge. I'm not taking money to anyone. Just reach out to me and I can help you. You can watch my first 2 episodes from the Hydra team building, where I help some people with their teams, you know. So feel free to DM me if you want some help with your Hydra team, and we can figure out someday when we can actually do that. With that being said, let's move on to the video. So I kind of took that idea that he was showcasing, and I tried to focus most of my damage on just one champion, and the rest of the team just to buff him and help him stay alive, you know, and so he can do the most damage he can, right? So let me show you the team that I have. Now this team here, 469 million on hard difficulty. This is the very first time I'm doing this kind of damage in hard. I've tried before and I always failed, right? And but now, thanks to Odd1 Gaming and that idea that he showcased and those strategies, I kind of put together a team that focuses a lot more on Thor doing most of the damage, as you can see here. Yeah, you can see like Gizmak is doing some damage. Mighty Uko, he's in a curse set. I will show you guys all the sets that I have on them. But the main damage comes from Thor, right? And I put him with Inquisitor Shamael. And I will show you, I will explain the strategy. Obviously, you can replace some of these champions with other champions that you have. You might not have like a Sneak Track or Gizmak or Lady Mikage, but you can use some other champions. But I will explain the strategy and the idea behind this whole team. And again, 469 million on hard, for me, is like a personal best record, right? Again, I'm a mid-game player. I also tried almost the same team in Brutal. But instead of Inquisitor Shamael, I had Duchess, and I was able to reach, I think, 200 million, but it kind of failed towards the end, simply because maybe it wasn't that good of a team, right? But 200 million in Brutal was still a really good, especially for my account, right? However, I don't have the fight of this one because I didn't know exactly if it's going to work. So I didn't record it, but I'm gonna show you the builds and I will explain what strategies I used, and I will talk about a little bit some of the changes that I'm gonna make in the future to this team to make it even better, right? So let me talk about one of the first strategies that involves Inquisitor Shamael in this team. So as you can see, Thor, he is the leader, and the reason is because whenever Head of Torment will place the True Fear and the Fear, Inquisitor Shamael, he will cleanse the fear and he will buff the turn meter of Thor. So I want Thor to do as many turns as he can and to do as much damage as he can. Now, my Thor, he's not fully booked. I'm still missing the last 2 books from his A2 and A3, which means that will be even more cooldown and he could get through the skills even faster. I don't have the books yet. I've been unlucky in Clan Boss. I didn't get any legendary books lately, so I can't book him. But for sure, for next week, I might be able to fully book him. And I'm pretty sure this damage will be a lot higher. I also missed the 4th star from his soul. I was like 50 points less when we had that thing. I wanted to take the 4th star, so he's missing like 38% extra crit damage on his kit, and I'll show you guys the build. But I am keeping my eyes on the market and see if I can buy the soul. Hopefully one day they will sell it, and I'm almost good. I think it's like 100 something, 120 maybe. I do have a bunch of things that I can sell and make some more of these coins, and buy the 4th star for him. So let's go a little bit through the builds. So let's start with Gizmak. Now Gizmak, he is in little gear with Krul. Nothing fancy about it, like it's not like there's something crazy about Gizmak. I'm focusing mostly on his HP, simply because I want him to do a lot of damage in his alternate form, right? Because that's where he does most of the damage. His main form, it's mostly about placing the burns and buffing my champions and activating the burns. But most of his damage comes from his alternate form, right? And more specifically from the Kaboom skill here, his A2. So again, Gizmak place in that team, it's basically just to buff my champions and place the HP burn. The best thing about Gizmak is that if he has 100% crit rate, which I have a little bit over just to make sure, he will always place the HP burn on the Hydra, and so I don't have to deal with going through skills until I place the HP burn. Whenever he takes a turn, he will place the HP burn, but it's just on his main form. Once he switched to alternate form, I'm looking for the decreased defense from him. Sometimes I put the taunt, you know, and the unkillable and the ally protection, but it's a little bit risky, this one, simply because if Head of Mischief will steal it, will steal my taunt and my unkillable, he can become a problem. So yeah, so that's Gizmak in my team. Now next champion, it's Lady Mikage. She is in a Relentless set. Again, her main job in that team, it's ally attacks, you know. This one to decrease the durations and increase the durations of skill, of buffs and debuffs. Also on her alternate form, I like her A3, so I can strip some of the buffs from the Hydras whenever Head of Mischief will play some buffs or stuff like that, or maybe like a reflect damage on the Head of Wrath. So yeah, that's why I put her in Relentless, because I want her to go through her skills as fast as possible. Ideally, at some point, I will put her in Curse set so I can get the hexes, because there will be some changes in the team eventually, not for next week, but probably in the next month or two, I don't know. Whenever I get my other champions ready, I will explain which champions I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's Lady Mikage. Again, her stats are not that crazy, just for like a mid-game player, you know. Probably a little bit more speed she would deserve here. I put her with a little bit of damage, even though she doesn't do that much damage anyway. Okay, so now I have Thor. Thor, he is in a Merciless set. Ideally, I would like him to be in a Night Piece, but I don't have no rings, no amulets, no banners. His stats are decent, almost 6,500 attack, 242 crit damage. Again, here I'm missing that 38% crit damage from the 4th star. Hopefully I will get it at some point. That would bring him almost to 300% crit damage, right? And his damage is gonna increase a lot. Also, like I said, I'm missing these two books, the last one here and the last one here for the cooldowns. So the damage will be even better in the future once I book him. So yeah, that's pretty much his stats. I'm not going to masteries. I mean, I think everyone knows the masteries for these champions, but I'm gonna show it anyway. This is for Thor. Let me show you guys for Gizmak and Mikage as well, just in case you have them. You know, this is for Gizmak, and then for Lady Mikage, it's this one here. You guys, again, you can copy if you have these champions, you can copy some of these masteries if you want, or you can go on Hell Hades and check the masteries there and see if you can find it a better one than mine. So Thor is done. Now let's see. The next one, it's Mighty Uko. Now Mighty Uko, again, I mean, you can see the masteries here, but I'm gonna show you them anyway, the full one. This is her Mighty Uko masteries. Mighty Uko, he's in curse set with perception. Total stats, again, decent. Just I'm focusing a lot on his accuracy because I do want him to land some of those curses a little bit better. And plus the block buffs, you know, decrease accuracy, it's okay, but I don't really care that much. So the whole role of Mighty Uko in this team, it's mostly for the block buffs, for the hex, and the revive. Even though the revive, I mean, I do need the revive in my team every now and then, but I think with the team that I intend to put in the future, I think I won't need the revive. I hope. But anyway, ideally, like I said, I would take all this gear from Mighty Uko and use it in Lady Mikage and put her in curse set. And then instead of Mighty Uko, I want to go for Supreme Gaelic. Now he is in a Slayer set. This is not a good set for him. Ideally, I will put him in a Merciless set. The problem is that my Gaelic, Supreme Gaelic is not built, okay? He's not booked. So I need to put all these books in him before I start to use him, because otherwise I'm losing a lot of good damage from him. And the reason why I want him is because, again, for the block buffs, he does quite a lot of damage with the HP burn, with the activation, some decreased speed here and there. This attack, it's pretty decent. He has a cool passive, so whenever Head of Torment will place the fear, he will cleanse the fear, and then he will get an extra turn. So it's a pretty decent champion for Hydra. Actually not decent, he's really great. But first I need to book him, so which is why I'm using I'm not using him, and I'm using Mighty Uko. So yeah, Mighty Uko, this was him, his set, his stats. Let's move to the next one. It's Sneak Track. Now Sneak Track, he's in 9-piece protection set. The main job of Sneak Track is to keep my team alive a little bit better, right? With reflect damage, ally protection, some shields, decreased speed as well. Plus he does some leech here and there. Now, if I do the strategy that I'm thinking about, I will lose the leech, which is actually important because I do need the leech so I can kill my champions. However, other than that, what he does is mainly with the protection set, he will give a little bit more damage to Thor, right? Now, I did try Sneak Track and Duchess Lilith. I put Duchess Lilith as well in 9-piece protection. I don't know, maybe I will switch Mighty Uko for Duchess Lilith in the future, because two champions who can place a lot of buffs. I mean, Duchess Lilith, she can place 3 buffs, right? That's 15% increased damage with a protection set, right? So that would be 15 from her and 15% from Sneak Track. That's 30% extra damage for my Thor, right? So there's, like I said, there's a little bit of debating who should I use in the future. I will try and test more teams and find the better one. However, if I don't go for Duchess in the future, Sneak Track will be replaced by Freya. Okay. At this point, I mean, Freya, she should take care of my team, you know, with block buffs, block debuffs, with the cleanse, the really great shield and the increased defense. Plus, she will bring the provoke, which I forgot to mention this in my team. In this team that I used in hard, I have no provokes, right? So I had to do the whole fight without the provokes. Again, the problem with Freya is that she's not booked, and also I am missing one ring from protection set, so I can't really put her in 9-piece. Okay, so I really want her to be in 9-piece protection set, because of 3 buffs. That would be the 15% extra damage that I need for Thor. So again, there's a little bit of debating who I'm gonna go for. I will try all these champions together, mix them here and there, and see how I can build this team a little bit better. And the last champion that I want to show, it's actually Inquisitor Shamel. Now Inquisitor Shamel, he's in a 6-piece Merciless. I'm not sure if he's the best one for him, but I do like that he can do a little bit more damage, and also he has the chance to decrease the skill cooldown. Again, ideally I would like him in 9-piece, but I don't have him. Now, the job of Inquisitor Shamel, I think everyone knows him, is just to get rid of the fear. And this is the thing. Actually, let me show you guys. I forgot to show you this, and I will go back to my initial idea. The masteries for Sneak Track, if you have him, you can copy them here. And for Inquisitor Shamel as well, I will show you his masteries are this one. So you can copy them as well. And yeah, why the hell not? I will show you some Duchess as well. I will show you all the masteries from all my champions. And for Freya as well, I will show you the masteries here. Okay. And you guys can copy them if you want. Again, it's up to you if you think they're valuable for your account. Also, I don't think I show you guys his total stats, but I will do it here. This is his stats. Not crazy, but it's what it is, you know. That's what I had, that's what I put for him. So let's go back to the team here and talk about some stuff here. So like I said, this team doesn't have a provoker. Ideally, instead of Inquisitor Shamel, maybe I should have a provoker, but I don't really care about the Head of Decay, right? I mean, yes, he can be annoying sometimes because he's cleansing the other heads, but what bothers me the most is Head of Torment, because he's placing the True Fear and the Fear on my champions, and I'm skipping a lot of turns. So having Inquisitor Shamel here in this team, it's actually really great. Now you might think, okay, so how is this team buffing only Thor, right? Well, again, Gizmak is buffing the Thor with crit damage, crit rate, with speed, you know. Mike Yoko, he will place the hexes so Thor can do more damage. Lady Mikage, she comes with ally attacks and stuff like that. Sneak Track to keep him alive, and again, instead of Sneak Track, I will have Freya, and she will do a better job than Sneak Track. And Inquisitor Shamel, it will be to buff his turn meter and make Thor go faster on his skills, you know, and do more damage and use his A2 and A3 a lot more, plus his passive. So that's kind of the whole idea that I took from Odd Ones Gaming video, right? Before I used to run, instead of Inquisitor Shamel, or even instead of Sneak Track, I would use like Ratalos and Harima, you know. So I would have like 3 damage dealers, but the problem was that my team wouldn't stay alive too long. Especially, I mean, in normal, yeah, they will do some job like 600, 700 million damage, you know. But anything other than normal, like hard, they would never survive. I would never get to at least, let's say, 150 million in hard. But with this team and applying that strategy of keeping one damage dealer alive and using the other champions to buff him and stuff like that, actually I managed to get 470 million almost in hard, which is absolutely great. So yeah, good job Odd One Gaming. That was really helpful video, and all I can do from here is just try to book my champions, you know, and find a better composition and hopefully move to Brutal, right? Because that's what I want. Ideally, I would like to take down Brutal, and I don't think I can build a second team that can take down hard, but it will leave my clanmates, it will leave to them to take down hard and normal. I think they can do it. I'm not entirely sure, but I have a feeling that they can actually do it. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about, guys. Again, you can apply this strategy pretty much to any team that you want, right? You might not have Thor, but maybe you have like a Ratalos, or maybe you have Ninja, for example, right? You can use Ninja instead of Thor and use all these other champions and buff him and keep him alive while he does all the damage, you know. I didn't try my Ninja. My Ninja is not that great. He's not really built properly. I mean, he might do some damage, but the crit damage is really low, and I don't have the attack. It's like nothing, you know. And I really need better merciless sets, and I don't have that many because I'm kind of stuck in Synthranos, and I can't really go any further in hard. I completed most of the normal except for maybe 2 stages and Amius. So I'll have to focus one of these days on Amius, and hopefully I can take him down. But everything else is done. But the gear that you get from normal for merciless is really not that great. Ideally, you want to take all that gear from hard difficulty. And I'm kind of stuck here and there. I can't get past some of these ones, which is why, you know, I will have to wait for the next rotation to get even more gear from merciless, and hopefully get some decent ones so I can build Ninja a bit better, and then give him a try in Hydra, right? Maybe I'm not sure if I can put him instead of Thor, because I have a feeling that Thor does a lot more than Ninja. That's my feeling. I'm not sure. Once I will build my Ninja better, I will give him a try. Anyway, guys, so yeah, like I said, try to apply this strategy, see if it works for you. Make sure to have at least maybe 1 or 2 champions in protection set, just to buff ideally you want champions that can put a lot of buffs on your team, right? So you can increase the damage that your damage dealer will do. It might be Thor or Ninja or whoever you want, you know. If you have Theox, like Odd1 Gaming was explaining, ideally, let's see where he is. He is here. Ideally, you want Theox to be paired with at least another, how many there were? I think 3 lizards, right? Yeah, another 3 lizards, so he can do 20% more damage, you know. Again, I don't have Theox. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get him when he was available, but hopefully Plarium will put Theox back in the pool so I can pull for him. I don't have that many shards, but I will save most of them for when that moment will come. So yeah, that was the video, guys. Hopefully this video will help you a little bit more to put together a better team for your Hydra and do some actual damage. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.